live. So welcome, beautiful souls, here in the Soul Aligned group for mystical entrepreneurs. Today we have something really special we're going to chat about. I don't do these often, but I just felt really called to bring the beautiful Tiara on and have a chat about her experience. Tiara is she's a death doula, which is so cool, and a shamanic healer. And she's actually one of my students in the Soul Alchemy coaching certification space. And we've been having some really cool experiences in this group. For anyone that hasn't had a chance to hop in and really experience this space, I've actually given you a link to book a 20-minute call with me to see if this is something you want to learn more about. So back to the Soul Alchemy. Firstly, we're going to have a chat to Tiara about her recent experience in the group. What I love about this space is we have 2 live calls a month where we talk about all things weird and woo and bring the Soul Alchemy aspect into the call so everyone gets to clear, right? It's so cool. So thank you so much for being here, Tiara. I know it was like a last minute, let's do this. Thank you for being here. I honor your time. And let's just begin with, firstly, I feel like Soul Alchemy it's a personal thing for each individual and how we perceive what that is. What has been your knowing or new embodiment about what Soul Alchemy is for you?
First off, thank you for having me, and I'm so happy to be here. But Soul Alchemy for me is definitely just this, it's a learning and remembrance of who I am and healing coming into my being and learning different skills to be able to do that and guide others on that journey as well. And I've made so many connections and friends within this group as well, this program, and it's amazing because, you know, as you know, personally, I'm on a very heavy, very intense healing journey at this moment, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And it's like all of these women that you've brought together, they each have their own individual skills and abilities
Yes.
and belief systems, and they can just bring it all together to help you out. And that's what I love about Soul Alchemy so much.
Yes, you've said exactly how I feel. Like every woman is so different and unique, yet we come together for this common purpose of soul alchemy, healing each other, healing the world on a soul level. And for me, the higher purpose and vision of this group is to train as many soul alchemists as I can in this life, because we are the ones that are going to change this world, and that is our individual and collective missions across the globe, us light workers. So it's a real honor to hold the space for the beautiful women, the students inside that container. So for you, I really loved what came up for you last week on the call. We had an opportunity to go into some stuff that was going on for you, which brought up other life stuff, which isn't surprising because in a lot of the work that I do, and that's why we have this space, everything is connected. We know that. I'm very big on the most powerful way we can clear for ourselves personally and for others is by tapping into specific consciousnesses within the body, and that can lead anywhere, right? Literally
Ab-
anywhere. So would you like to, if you feel comfortable sharing about what happened for you last week, what we were looking at and what came through for you? That would be awesome.
yes, absolutely. Last week was very interesting because um, I am experiencing what's called a shamanic illness or a shaman's illness. And what that is, for those that don't know, is basically it's a calling from spirit where they will make you severely physically ill or mentally ill because you are not answering the call to be a shaman, right? Or you haven't initiated far enough. And so what they're telling me at this moment is like, hey, you have specific calling to be able to heal different things. It's just right now you're not doing it. And we need you to come in and step into that. So, I've been dealing with a lot of physical illness at the moment and health issues. And so I had mentioned that on our last call. And we went into it. We went into the consciousness of this and my shamanic belief that I take on other people's illness, because that's a very natural thing as a shaman that you do. It's a vow that you take in many different lifetimes. So as we kind of went into this, and this is where it got really interesting, was we actually came in contact with my kappa self. And a kappa is a Japanese river spirit, also known as a kami or a god. And these spirits are very, very strong healers, very strong when it comes to protecting children as well. Fertility, anything to do with water, the element of water, they have that ability. And we had some really interesting messages come through from my kappa self. I don't remember exactly because I was channeling some of it. So if I could get your input on some of the things that I said. I do remember doing light language and saying that you yourself, who you are, is not your physical being, not your name, not what you believe yourself to be at this moment. And it's important for you to understand that. But I don't remember much else that I actually really said and went into.
Yeah, that's really common with channeling, and I find that whether I'm pulling cards here in the group or channeling, a goddess or whatever, I instantly I'm like, okay, I need to rewatch that because I don't know what I said. So I know you met with your kappa self and you were asking this aspect of you, how can I heal this illness that keeps perpetuating, it keeps showing up? And you were having that backwards and forwards conversation. You were asking, we asked specifically, okay, how do I heal and release this now? And I know one of the strong messages for you was pretty much what you just said. There was an element of belief, and allowing yourself to take this journey no matter what you think of yourself, and that it's a journey that needs to be taken. Because we were asking, look, can we clear this shamanic illness vow, because you need to be well to live your mission. And we sort of backwards and forwards with that. But what I love about this process is whatever consciousness we're tapping into, that conversation alone is dissolving as we're speaking. And then usually at the end we ask again, okay, can we clear this now, or is there any vow attached to this, and we just go through until we know it's done. We also asked, is this something that will come back for you? Will you experience this again? Because one thing I love to do in my sessions is make sure it's done and dusted, right? And I don't know if you remember what your kappa aspect said to you then. It was like, yes, this is done. You will not have to experience this again, but now the choice is yours. So put the ball back into your human court. Now it's time for you. Hey, Nikki. Now it's time for you to actually take the action, because I know that your purpose has been upon you and wanting to come through for quite some time now. And it's been this big, I don't know if you feel comfortable sharing with the ladies what keeps perpetuating and going on for you. And that's why we went into it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I do have autoimmune diseases, but what is coming through for like continuously is kidney stuff. It's kidney illnesses, kidney stones, and it's a lot of it I do know is it has to do with self-worth and where I am, and believing that I have the power to step out of where I am and move forward. And I do know that, like, on a subconscious level, like, consciously I'm fully aware that I have that power. It's just subconsciously, we always have those subconscious levels of those limiting beliefs of, yeah, but I can't do that.
Yeah,
And I'm in the process of shifting my mentality, of clearing that, and literally retraining my brain to go from I can't to I can.
mm,
I have this ability. I have the strength to do this, and I have the resources to do it as well. And part of the reason I do have those resources is because I'm in this program. Like, I was just talking to a friend last night about how I appreciate, because she said she was proud of me for doing this healing. And I
beautiful.
was like, I appreciate you and the the circumstances that I'm in. If I didn't have these people to help me, I probably wouldn't be where I am, and I probably wouldn't want to do any of the healing either.
Yeah.
So it mentally, it helps a lot knowing that you have that support and that system.
Absolutely, because all of the women in that space, they're there to help the world, but the natural side effect of being in this space is we get to practice on each other and get super clear. So, you mentioned the belief that you're unworthy. So, this is something we can go into a soul alchemy session in and find that belief inside the body as a living consciousness, and that can take us to, like today, other lifetimes, past lifetimes. The creation of a memory, all kinds of things come through, um, and then going into that one belief, dissolving it there, making sure there's no vows, oaths, contracts, keeping it in place. Sometimes entities, that's quite common too. Clear it once and for all so that it never comes back. It naturally clears a lot of beliefs around it. And I know one of the other students was saying she actually feels worthy and feels good about getting on camera and doing lives now, which is so beautiful. And I wanted to acknowledge what you said when you were talking about, your kappa was saying to you that you don't actually have a name. This is something that I keep getting the same message from my main guide when I want to know names of people that we're meeting with in the astral, and the answer is always the same. We are nameless, like you are. We are all actually nameless, right? I'm like, yeah, we just want to have a name. We're human.
We have to have that identity part of ourselves, and it's very natural as a human being that we do have that, because if we don't know who we are, or our core beliefs and our spiritual beliefs, if we don't know that, then we have no direction, we have no way of going where we want to go. And that's another part of my journey, is like deconstructing where I believe who I am, and really instilling new beliefs and understandings and values of where I want to be and how I want to identify myself.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's become really prevalent for you what your purpose is in this lifetime since being in this space, like a death doula. That's been illuminated for you, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And it really, with your experience, it feels like you went through, with up levels, I call usually up level chaos and their cycles. For you, I feel like this was an up level push.
Yeah.
Like guides, universe saying to you, you're ready for this next level. and giving you the opportunity to look into that very deeply.
Oh my gosh, it's been, I want to say chaotic, with that up level chaos, with that push, because it's true. It's like spirit has literally told me, like pushed me out of my comfort zone so that I can uh step into my worthiness and my path.
Absolutely. And it's beautiful. It's so beautiful to watch and to witness.
Thank you.
Welcome. So, ladies who are listening in, I've given you the option to hop on a 20-minute call with me to discuss soul alchemy further, whether that's something that you want to be a part of your path. Um, is there anything else you wanted to say, Tira, about your experience or just about being in the soul alchemy certification? Okay, if you don't.
Um, yeah, well, the soul alchemy certification, like my experience in general, has been a very has been very powerful, because we do go into these deeper aspects of these beliefs and these healings and the physical illnesses. And you and I do want to touch on the consciousnesses within the body, right? You and I have done that several times for myself. And there are times that it's an entity. Like, there are times that it's just a memory and a belief or some sort of trauma. But no matter what it is, and once we've cleared it, and sometimes it's very stubborn, we have to go in and do it like 3 times. Yep. But once we do, I know that there's this big shift that's going to happen. And unfortunately, with my path, is just I have so much stacked upon its, like, one thing after the other, that I have to heal and clear, just like so many other people. It's just these shifts, once they happen, I want people to know that it doesn't come back like you asked.
Yep.
No, it doesn't come back. You don't have to do it again.
I love that. And this is my favorite part of soul alchemy. Like in the actual certification, there's about 90 lessons, right? But this is my most favorite module, is when we dive into the consciousness of the body. I've been doing this for some time, and I have seen so many entities release. We have never ever not been able to get rid of an entity, a belief, a vow, all the things, right? It's really, really powerful work. And it's really cool and it's really magical. I just love it.
Yeah, me too. And that's the thing, is like, there's such a diverse healing program within it.
Yes.
Like, you will definitely find your niche. You will definitely find what you love. You'll be able to focus on that, but you'll have other skill sets to be able to bring into session to help you and assist you with that one thing that you've mastered. And that's another thing that I absolutely love about this program.
Yep, absolutely. And that's sort of at the core of what becoming a soul alchemist is. It's not just coaching, it's multi-dimensional healing, right? There's so many tools in there, which is why I love, and why I've given you all lifetime access, is because yes, you pay for the certification, but technically you would never have to pay for coaching and healing again, because you get it all in this space, right? There's always someone that wants to practice. There's always a session where I might say on a call, okay, let's dive into this now. So there's so many opportunities to just get so clear on that soul level. And it's just, I can't explain it in one sentence. Like I said, it's multidimensional, this space. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
much for hopping on and talking to us about this. I really wanted the ladies to hear about your experience. It's just so powerful. And I think we'll leave it there, ladies. I've given you the link to book a 20-minute chat about becoming a soul alchemist if that calls to you. I'll pop the link again down below here. And that will leave us, that brings us to the end. Thank you all so much. I'm going to stop the live here, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.